Good morning, church family. I'm Susan Compton, and today we are reading Psalms 144. It appears that at this point, David has ascended the throne, and he begins this song praising God in both war and peace. In verse 1, it says, "Praise be to the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle." As I read that, I think these are the same hands that in his younger days held a shepherd's hook and whose fingers played the harp for Saul. God trained those hands. He didn't come out of the womb with fighting hands. And we know that David was a great warrior. In today's sense, he would have been in a special forces or a Navy SEAL. But he wasn't always like that. God trained him to be this warrior, and he's praising God for helping him be that way. In verse 2, one of the things that stood out to me was how personal verse 2 is. Look at it with me. He is my loving God, my fortress, my stronghold, and my deliverer, my shield, in whom I take refuge, who subdues peoples under me. It's very personal. David had such a personal relationship with God that I know with me, with my prayers, sometimes it's corporate, it's mundane. I'm saying the same thing over and over. And here, David is making it so personal. He knows God is his shield, his deliverer. God is number one to David. And then I think in verse 3, and if you're like me, you probably think this all the time too. Lord, why do you even care about me? I'm nothing. I am so sinful. I'm so selfish. Why on earth would you want me in heaven with you? Why do you think anything about me? And David asked the same thing, even though he was a man after God's own heart, and he was probably knew God better than any anyone. He still felt that same way. And because David was a warrior, because David had taken so many lives, he knew how fleeting life was. Man is like a breath. His days are like a fleeting shadow. He knew that life was precious and it didn't last long. He then asked God to rain down judgment on his enemies. David knows God brings victory and God brings defeat. And he is asking God for deliverance from his enemies. And when he gets deliverance, he says, I will sing a new song. I will write a new song. I will praise God in a new way for his deliverance. Verse 11, he repeats again, asking for deliverance from his enemies. And then verse 12 is interesting. He says, with this deliverance, Lord, it will bring blessings to my children, blessings in work, blessings to my community. David knows when we make God our one and only, first and foremost in our life, we receive blessings. God's people receives blessings. And when we are blessed, we are happy, we're content, we're joyful. And he ends the psalm in verse 15. Blessed are the people of whom this is true. Blessed are the people whose God is the Lord. Happy are the people whose God is the Lord. May you be blessed today. Thank you.